battle rap is one of the things that really influences me at this point. I guess you could say that's outside of music because a lot of people don't consider it music. So on the battle rap scene, who am I messing with? Let me think. The main dudes I'm looking at, Steams and Chess, are two of the main dudes I'm looking at, and that's because they're young and they just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like they on some other type thing, you know what I'm saying, that I couldn't foresee coming to that, you know what I mean? Really clever, you know what I mean? Funny, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be funny for me to like you, so that's the main thing. Really, because they're young and they coming up real fast, like it's kind of unanimous in that arena that they the shit, basically, you know what I'm saying? I guess they started out at We Go Hard TV, and then from We Go Hard TV, Norbs peeped them over there, then Norbs brought them over to URL, and from that, it was just a short time. Like, Chess is only like 17, I think, you know what I mean? So he's still in high school, I think. So he's going from there, already on URL, already done Battle DNA, he top tier, you know what I'm saying? So that's a lot for somebody his age, you know what I mean? So I'm just impressed with them both, you know? Steams, I think, is a little bit older, and it seems like he's kind of like Chess is kind of like his protege, or like his, you know what I'm saying? Or he's like his mentor in some ways, but they part of a group called Cake Life. And there's another cat that's down with him too called Presidential Dubs, I think. And he was tight too, you know. I just got to see him because I was wondering who else is in Cake Life. Is it just Steams and Chess? You know what I'm saying? So I'm interested now, trying to see. There's others, like I fool with Caustic over there on the West Coast. Caustic I fool with QP, Quantum Physics, but I fool with the other QP too, Clean Paper too. And he's from Detroit, I believe. He's a Midwest Miles brother, I think. Yeah, both of those two QPs I fool with heavy. Fool with the Suns, you know what I'm saying? So QP was part of Suns. That's Conceited's crew, you know what I'm saying? You know Conceited, right? So I fool with Conceited, obviously. Bricks I fool with. I fool with a lot of them, you know what I'm saying? Like if I said Big T, I fool with DNA, I fool with Clipse. I definitely fool with Clipse from like earlier on. You know what I'm saying? From early on, like the beginning, I was fooling with Mook. You know, I seen Party Artie battling. I think he was battling Mook, actually. If I'm not mistaken, I think he was battling Mook. Party Artie from, Digging in the Crates and shit, you know, right before he died. So I was like, damn, Party Artie, that just put him on a higher level to me. I was like, oh, okay, he could battle? Oh, okay, he realer, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he was raw too. Who else I fool with? Hollow the Don I fool with. Anybody that's raw, really, I fool with, you know what I mean? There's a lot of them out there. I fool with Rome, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of them. I fool with Pat Stay too, you know. I even fool with Don't Flop. So maybe leagues, it'd be better. I fool with Don't Flop over in England. I fool with URL, obviously. I probably fool with them mainly. URL, King of the Dot I fool with. Used to fool with Grind Time back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Black Ice Cartel I fool with heavy. Raw Breed Entertainment I fool with heavy, you know? There's a few leagues out there, but them the main leagues that I stay glued to, you know what I mean? It's like that. I'm a huge fan. Like I've been following it for years and years and years, and then seen it get to this point where it's like people paying $100 tickets to go see it. You know what I'm saying? So one day I was watching it, then the next day I'm watching it, and it's looking like glossy, like rocks coming out the letters and stuff in the intro, like looking saucy. I'm like, oh my God, this like look official. You know what I'm saying? Like. So yeah, I like it, you know what I'm saying? And it's taking the rap to another level where in music, I don't know how that would work, you know what I'm saying? I think it could work, but a lot of people think that you can't be that creative with lyrics and music anymore. That's, I guess, the stipulation or whatever. I think it can be, but here is somewhere where people could get down and it's unfiltered. So obviously I'm gonna love that. The subject of let's say industry rappers or rappers with records out or whatever versus battle rappers. If I wanted to put my magic team together of them battling each other, I think that would be hard to do because, you know, I don't even want to really say it, but I don't really think that musicians or artists that make records even realizing how futuristic some of these battle rappers are. Like, I don't even think that they really there. Most of them, you know what I'm saying? I do see some of them at the events, though. I see Jadakiss at the events, you know what I'm saying? I see Tip there. I seen Busta Rhymes there. I've seen Razzcast there. Razzcast, I would say, he'd probably jump in there and give somebody the business, you know what I'm saying? Because Razzcast, like me, I've talked to him, and I know he'd be following it. He'd be there. I seen him there at events, you know what I'm saying? So I know he get down with it. I don't know, a lot of rappers on record, I don't know if they really are there, you know? Like, I'll be working on my stuff, because I'll admit, you got to get there, you know what I'm saying? If you just thinking it's on this level, and in a lot of ways, that been dumbed down to a certain extent. So the level of wordplay over here, they doing other things, you know what I mean? That's why I decided to study humor. You know what I mean? Because I start peeking, okay, some of these fools know what they doing. They ain't just sitting up here writing any old thing. They know what they doing, you know what I'm saying? Because I already had books on humor writing before. This isn't something new that I just started doing, you know what I'm saying? I've got books and books at my house on any kind of wordplay or language, anything, you know what I'm saying? So I knew when I was peeking, okay, they know what they doing, because I kind of had an idea. I just didn't really think about really putting it into my raps like that until I seen these fools, and I was like, oh, okay, that's legal now? You could do that? You know what I'm saying? That's when I started getting juice. Like, oh, okay, you could do that now? I thought you was limited to this, you know what I mean? So I don't know, I really can't call it, man. I think, like, okay, you seen Joe Budden with Hollow the Don. You seen that on Total Slaughter, right? So that was kind of an example, and nothing against Joe Budden's, but you seen what happened, you know what I'm saying? Like, and Joe was actually getting mad, like, if you don't stop booing or whatever, I'm gonna stop rapping. Boo! You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I quit. Like, come on, dude. Like, you quit, dude. This ain't the records, dude. You supposed to get down, dude. Don't nobody care about if you put out records or not. You talking about he sold this and you ain't got no records out and where's your hit, or don't nobody care about that here, dude. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I really couldn't call it. But Jadakiss, Razzcast, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, Nas, if he wanted to, you know what I'm saying? Nas, I'm sure, probably give somebody the business if he wanted to do that. I don't know if he want to do that. Like me, I don't want to do that. I'm going to leave it up to them. You know what I'm saying? They got a certain type of exterior shell that they done built up to where they not even tripping. I be seeing fools say anything about each other and they really don't be tripping. They shake hands, really, really don't be tripping. Like, it just roll off their back because they know it's just a battle. It don't even mean nothing. But to me, I probably get hurt by something, you know what I'm saying? Taking maybe some battle rappers from their genre, so to speak, and bringing them over to, you know, making records and stuff like that. Can I see that, or do I? Yeah, I see that. I mean, like, well, I haven't said this yet, but I work with Caustic from the Bay Area, you know. He's pretty hot, you know, on King of the Dot, you know what I'm saying? I think he just battled T-Rex, you know what I'm saying? So he battled a lot of dudes, actually. Anyway, but we pretty cool, and I work with him on some music, you know what I'm saying? Actually, he grew up, and he kind of was fans of our stuff, so a lot of his battle techniques are informed from listening to us, too, you know what I'm saying? So it's a trip how he kind of was influenced by us, and I'm being influenced by stuff that he do now, you know what I'm saying? He could rap to music, though, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's raw with that, too. So there's some battle rappers that could do both, you know what I'm saying? Some of them can't because maybe they just come into the game and that's all they ever did was battle rap, and it never has been to a beat ever. It's just always the focus has been on battle rap. But the difference is you have so much space that you could play with when there's not a predetermined beat there, you know what I'm saying? You pretty much create your own template of rhythm, so that could change, and you could pause for a long time. It's like comedy, you know what I'm saying? You could add little pauses and make somebody like, what's coming next, you know what I'm saying? Before you would deliver a punch, you know? You could play with space more, but you don't have that kind of like luxury when you got a predetermined beat. I say you still could play with the beat and you could still do that. It's just got to be within that grid of a beat. Like you could pause and come in over the beat whenever you want to. It ain't gotta be da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Like you could play with it however you want. And a lot of new MCs, like say a Young Thug, will be doing stuff like that. Will be playing around with it damn near to where it sound like they singing more than they rapping because they playing with the space more. So it's just about imagination and, you know what I'm saying, and keeping your mind open to what you can do with the playing field and not being stuck in a box. That's the main thing that I'm trying to do with my music and with my writing, is break out of a typical box of my comfort zone. And it's important for humor to do that. Like the number one thing, you gotta have imagination. You can't really be practical, you know what I'm saying? I'm hella good at being practical, not so good on the imagination side, because it kind of work against imagination. Oh, no, don't do that. That's not practical. No, that's probably not gonna work. No, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good at doing things in a practical way, but I'm trying to break my mind out that box to be more imaginative and come with more titillating content, you feel me?
Why are we comparing, why are we making standards off of the mainstream? I don't do that, so I can't really call these guys underrated.
2001, Flavor's backstage, and this kid comes backstage, and Flavor's eating a plate of food. He gets an autograph. We leave the dressing room. Flavor takes a bite out of a burger, right? Puts it back on the plate.
My album, Go. It's an emotional thing for me to even talk about it, because it is the best album I've ever done in my life. I put everything I had into this record, and it reminds me of when I used to listen to these records in the 80s and 90s, man.
Education is very important. I think it's important that we separate education from schooling. You can go to the best schools, the richest schools, and still be a fucking idiot. You can get education from anywhere. You can get educated through hip hop. You could get educated through traveling the world. Education is important. Learning and studying, however you get it, is important.